Some say the world is but a kitchen and all the men and women merely cooks. It's a stupid way of looking at the world. But this week on Masterchef, that's exactly what they've done. It's been World Week. And here to help dissect World Week with me is Master Chatter and my current life coach, Dan Hall.
Hello.
Welcome, Dan.
Hello. Hi. I like that you opened with a Shakespeare quote.
Yes.
Perhaps his most famous.
About the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't actually a Shakespeare quote, you realise?
I'd check that if I were you. That sounds wrong.
Yeah, can we check that? Can we check that? Someone in the crew.
Someone will do it.
We'll check that.
Go on.
For us. At the end of this week, let's start at the end.
Yes, okay.
At the end of this week,
Wait. Okay, go.
Daniel found himself going home.
Daniel on
Your
the show.
namesake, Daniel.
Yes.
You never went home.
Yes, I was his father.
We
so
have you
that's he was named for
trapped
me.
here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
Really disappointed because I quite liked Daniel.
Was it because you have the same name as him?
Partly.
Really? That's a very juvenile reason to like someone.
It's as good a reason as any when it comes to Masterchef.
Or life.
What have they left me with?
That's true.
Samira?
On the other hand, Kelty's first name is Daniel.
Yes.
Do you like Kelty, Dan? Is that what you're saying? Are you a fan of Kelty?
Trying to navigate a sort of diplomatic way out of this. I don't want him to die.
Oh, okay.
I do want him to not win.
So by the standards of the population,
yeah.
you are a Kelty fan.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
don't want him
my
to die.
feelings about Kelty reside somewhere between wishing murder upon him
Yeah.
and wanting him to win the show. Somewhere in the middle.
There's a grey area.
There is.
Yeah.
Yes, one between those two extremes.
Is there anyone on the show you do want to die?
No.
You do?
No.
You don't want to say.
It would be mean-spirited.
We can include judges.
George.
Guest yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm so sorry. George doesn't watch this.
Yeah.
Why would he?
Why would he? He has no interest in self-improvement. He won't take our advice. He won't watch our show.
Yeah. He's not watching.
Do you think he reads our recaps?
Almost
We
definitely.
both
Religiously.
recap,
I think that's all he reads, but has to have somebody read them to him because I'm fairly certain he's illiterate.
I think he reads Western Star butter wrappers.
Constantly wanting to know where the movie
Wondering
star
what the-
trivia is because he's got them confused with fantails.
Yeah.
Because he
Western
just
Star
eats
should
them
put out-
like other people eat fantails. He just eats sticks of butter.
Yes, he tosses it in the
And then
air.
he's got like a sack of them at the movies.
Wow. That would be
There you
awesome.
go. Little fun fact about George Calombaris.
That he that he goes to the movies with a bag of Western Star butter.
Exactly.
Just pops them in there.
Yeah, just
In his mouth.
And the crinkling infuriates people, so he goes to like quiet sessions in the morning.
I would have thought
He's considerate.
I would have thought he'd do the Masterchef
He's not a
thing
monster.
and have a knife and cut it in half with the wrapper still on,
Yes,
like they do on the show, because that's how real people.
he does in a
use
3D
butter.
movie.
What?
When he goes to a 3D movie
Oh.
and there's some kind of fight happening on the screen, he tries to arrange the butter so that the weapons protruding from the screen will cut the butter open for him. Because there's
Does that
knives and
ever
swords
work?
just flying at him. He thinks it will one
He
day.
holds the butter up and.
Does
Does he have a
He's
private
persistent.
cinema?
He's nothing
Because
if not
this is
persistent.
going to annoy his fellow theatre goers.
Yes, this is why he goes to quiet sessions. He goes in the morning. There's a lot of space.
Does he book out the 8 o'clock show
Well,
that
he
he
can
wore
afford to.
Star?
He can absolutely afford to.
Yeah, with
He's
the
on that
money that he
sweet
saves from
Mr. Star
underpaying his
Scratch.
workers.
And he gets all the butter for free.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
They pay him in butter. Does he think? Did they pay him any money, Western Star? Or do you think he
They
just gets
did, but it was money made of butter.
Because that's what he asked for.
Yes, exactly.
They get the plates from the mint.
Yeah, butter bucks, he calls them.
Because that's how they make money, still,
Yes.
with plates.
Yes, all of the above is correct, factually correct, and can be cited.
So you're
So-
upset that Daniel left.
I'm very upset that Daniel, not so much that he left, but he left before certain other people. I feel like the top 7 they're up to,
7, 6, 7?
6 in Kelty,
6 in Kelty.
is a very mixed bag.
Yes.
And I don't know
More
that it's
mixed than you
quite
would
up
like.
to the same level of previous years.
Well, I think
where
it's
they've had some really,
definitely
really
not.
good cooks.
Yeah, there are no good cooks.
Rishi's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's so much a good cook as just like super confident.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of barreling his way through the competition.
He's bluffing them.
He is.
It's like if the judges are sitting there thinking he seems to think this is great, we must be wrong.
Look at that smile on his face. There's no way this could be bad because he would be crying.
Plus, he's Indian, and if we judge him harshly, we're racist.
Exactly. That is exactly what racism is. You have to be unnecessarily nice to every person of a race other than yours.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're a racist.
Does it count if you're not, but you are unnecessarily cruel to people of your own race? Is it the differential?
Yes,
that does it?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be seen to be treating people of other races better than people of your own race.
So wouldn't it be better for everyone if they just treated Rishi normally but were very hard on Kelty?
That would be a show that I would enjoy more.
Would you enjoy a show that only had people being hard on Kelty? The show could be called Hard on Kelty, and it had people being verbally and physically abusive to Kelty.
I feel like that title could also apply to a show that involved Kelty solving crimes with his boner.
Yeah, Hard on Kelty.
Like Hard on Kelty.
Because that would be like
his
nickname.
In the Force.
Sergeant Hard on Kelty.
Oh, it's Hard on Kelty over here.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
With his divining rod.
Comes indeed.
Yes.
Right?
No, he never does.
Yeah.
He can't, that's his tragedy.
Oh, I see.
He can't climax. He needs his erection to solve crimes.
To solve crimes. And if he ever does climax, then millions of crimes would go unsolved.
Right at the moment when he's about to make the arrest, sometimes criminals try to get him off so that he is foiled.
So that he would get them off.
Yes.
Yes. See that phrase?
That's his battle. Hard on Kelty.
This is a really great show.
Do you think that would be a better show than Masterchef?
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a very mixed bag, and next week is finals week or the week after?
I believe
we're close to finals week.
Next week.
And, some of them will be kicked out.
Yeah.
That will feel very good.
Yes.
Watching that happen.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a shame Samira came back, but on the other hand, we get to see her eliminated twice, which will be satisfying.
Absolutely.
Unless she doesn't get eliminated, which will be unsatisfying. Dissatisfying.
Yes, and now that she's back, she keeps saying things like, "This is my chance to prove that I belong here."
Yeah.
And it makes me upset because we already proved that she doesn't.
Yes.
That's been established.
Yes.
That's been locked in, set in stone.
Yep.
She was eliminated. That's the game.
Yep.
Now she's back, and it just feels weird and unnecessary.
Also, why does she want to prove that she belongs here? She's such a sheep that she has to conform.
You're being racist right now.
Well, yes.
Now you have to be.
I never claimed not to be racist.
You have to be extra mean to a white person now.
You're white.
Please don't hit me.
No, I won't hit you. It'll be subtle.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll watch out for it.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him. What else happened this week? We had...
They went to Dubai for 2 challenges.
And then came
Went
back.
all the way to Dubai for 2 challenges, and they came back to Melbourne.
It was World Week.
Frick is that?
It was World
Food Week.
And that is Dubai and Melbourne.
Dubai and Melbourne. No, they cooked world food in Melbourne, to be fair.
Yes.
Chinese and Mexican.
They cooked some camel.
Yes.
Is that a stereotypical...
You seem really upset that they cooked camel. Oh, they cooked some camel.
I was glad they cooked camel.
Yes. Because now they're over that hump. Hey?
See, I can't be any crueler to a white person than you were just to yourself by saying that.
Very fair. Go on. They cooked camel in the desert.
They cooked camel. Now, great. I approve of that. But
because you hate camels.
They missed the opportunity to cook the famous Bedouin dish, roast camel, where you get some chickens, stuff the chickens with eggs, then stuff some sheep with the chickens, and then stuff a camel with the sheep.
To be fair though, Bedouins aren't real, they're just characters from Star Wars with the robes and stuff. So...
Well, now who's racist?
You?
We have a big Bedouin audience.
Oh dear.
They have YouTube.
Really, I've ticked them off.
Yeah. They won't be reading.
Is that an actual dish or did you just make that up?
No, that's a real dish.
That sounds insane.
They should have done it.
Well, Rishi could have pulled it off too.
Yeah.
Just, again, through sheer force of will. Just forcing animals one into the other.
Whereas, like, Lucy would have tried and she still would have ended up with...
And still wound up with a meringue.
A meringue and 2...
Made of camels.
Small rissoles.
Yes.
Like what she did in the the elimination, which she ended
yes.
up winning. But first of all, she served up 2 little balls. And that's
Yes.
it. Of crab and prawn.
And Daniel just served up lots of seafood. He went
Yes.
he went hard for quantity over quality.
Yeah.
And I can respect that
Yeah.
as a decision. Didn't pay off,
No.
sadly.
He supersized it.
Yes.
Didn't pay off because of the Samira favoritism.
Ugh.
Oh, really? You cooked lamb, did you? Way to go
To
out
be
of your
fair,
comfort zone.
there was some stuff on it,
Yeah.
sprinkled over it. Bit of stuff, bit of flavour.
Yeah. But the issue really was in the second round when it's like, here is a map of the world
Uh-huh.
with all the produce of the world on
Yep.
it.
Yep.
So much piled, covering every bit of these massive tables.
A lot of food going to waste
So much
because
stuff.
that's just sitting there under the lights.
Daniel says, I am going to make a bagel.
Yes.
Not make a bagel, like,
Toast a bagel.
yeah. And Lucy says, I'm going to make an eaten mess, which is
Not American.
not American.
They were assigned North America.
Outside North America. I feel like it was not in the spirit of the challenge
No.
to make an eaten mess. Also not in the spirit of the idea of being a good cook.
Or winning a competition. To be fair, she did rename it a Washington mess.
Yeah, but... Or did she? I think the editor renamed it a Washington mess.
Quite possibly.
She said an eaten
To
mess.
give some semblance of
And what was
rational
it? It was just a
thought to the
bowl.
episode.
It was like cream, meringue, I guess.
I feel like Lucy's been very
And
quiet
then
in
some
the competition,
fruit, and
like
it's
just
just
kind of
smush it
plugging
all in a
away.
bowl.
So I still don't know. I don't
What
have
she's
any
for.
concept of Lucy as a. I don't even know if she's a good or a bad cook.
No, she's a bad one.
All right. Well, we've settled that.
But I think the judges respect her for knowing the limitations. Like when they were cooking breakfast at Gary's restaurant,
Yes,
she
and she
made
just made
muesli.
muesli.
And it's like the judges were like, good on her for knowing that she cannot cook. We will reward her for that self-awareness. You know, they
In the
kicked
same way
Vern
that they
out.
are rewarding Samira.
Yeah, they kicked Vern out
Oh, and Vern was awesome.
for not knowing his limits, for trying to push the
Oh,
envelope.
for flying too close to the sun.
Yeah,
A victim of his own hubris.
yeah. And the boathouse closed down the next day
Really?
because of Vern.
Oh, wow. Closed
Public
down or
health
burned
inspector
to the
came
ground?
in and said, we saw what Vern did, and that's against regulations.
Mm.
You pay our $3 million fine in cash.
In Butterbucks?
In actual bucks.
Oh, wow.
See,
Oh, so
Gary
they've-
tried to pay in butter.
Butterbucks.
He had the
Because George
butter.
has millions of
He
them.
had $3 million worth of butter,
Mm.
but he didn't have the money because he'd spent it on the butter.
Yes.
He had to shut down, and Gary is unemployed,
And sleeping on the streets.
sleeping on the streets, even though he has a house, he owns the house.
Eating his own money, which is made of butter.
And it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you sleeping on the streets, Gary? And he just says, well, I'm tired.
He has principles.
Yeah. His principles.
He's not going to not be a homeless person again until he is once again a famous restaurateur.
Yeah. Which he is, because he owns another restaurant, which he seems to have forgotten about.
Wasn't that one entirely made of butter? Like, he really went hard on the butter.
Like,
And it's currently melting.
are you saying he's like the Willy Wonka of butter?
Yes.
Gary Megan?
Yes.
So if you made a movie, Gary Megan and the...
How do you think
butter
George got onto it? He was living a happy, carefree
I
life.
assumed a butter salesman gave him a free taste and then made him pay once he was hooked.
Yes. Gary,
That
of
was
course.
Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He's got a whole ring.
I bet he... Oh,
He's the Avon Barksdale of butter.
he's the what?
Avon Barksdale was the major drug dealer from the Wire. What's The Wire? What is wrong with you?
I thought maybe you were speaking of like Avon ladies
No?
who have a ring of dealing their stuff.
Nope.
Can't get butter from Avon, but
So who's left?
I don't know. Kelty,
Kelty,
Linton,
Samira, Lucy,
Christina,
Emma.
Is that it?
And someone.
Rishi.
Rishi, of course.
Okay.
Rishi, who will win
Rishi, who will win?
through sheer force of will.
Yes.
Kelty, who will lose through sheer force of being
will.
Kelty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
And a lot of other people who will just kind of float in and out of the
Don't you
kitchen
think Linton
being mediocre.
might win? He's very handsome.
If handsomeness were the criteria for winning, Daniel would not have been eliminated.
That's true. Lucy is less handsome than Daniel.
True.
So Samira.
So are most people, though.
Yes.
To be fair to Lucy and Samira,
Yes.
we are less handsome than Daniel.
Yes. Are we more handsome than Lucy?
No.
I think you are.
Oh, bless.
That's why you're here.
You're not.
We've had you repeatedly. I know I'm not.
Good. Well,
You don't have
like
to say
Lucy,
that.
you
don't have to
know
say
your
that.
limitations.
We do. I do. I know my limitations. That's why we put a big black bar over my face when this
Constantly.
goes on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
That's why
you-
you walk around with one,
But
like
we
a
actually
cardboard
manipulate it
black
so that
bar
your
on a
head
stick.
is much bigger.
Is it true that when you perform comedy on stage, you have a black bar that hangs from the lighting fixtures?
No, I have a black man who hangs from the lighting fixtures.
Ah, that's racist.
Yeah.
Wait, did he elect to be there, or are you actually performing a
I
lynching
pay him to do
on
it.
stage?
No,
okay.
no.
Good.
It's part of the act.
Okay, well, as long as he's getting
He
paid.
does-
Everyone got to get paid.
He does moves.
Oh, cool.
He's
That actually
muscular.
sounds really cool.
It does.
See Ben's
He's
show.
hanging- he's
Melbourne
hanging from
Fringe
like a
Festival.
ribbon.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah. Or I'm at the Butterfly Club.
The Butterbox Club?
The Butterfly Club.
Okay.
It's
Fly is
it's
made of butter.
No, it's a fly club where you can get butter.
Okay. Sure. Are humans also welcome?
20th to the 25th of August.
All right.
That's on, and then the Fringe in September.
How many Butterbucks to get in?
It's like 28 Butterbucks, or 20 if you're a poor person.
Am I issued a butter ticket?
Well, I will be handing
Because
out
this is a deal
butter
breaker.
during the show. Actually, I made that pledge. I will have butter with me during the show, incorporating it into the act.
That's
Done.
out there. That's
Done.
on the record.
Done. It's on the record. You can hold me to that. And if I show
I
up
will.
and there's no butter in the act, you can say, "We want butter," and I'll have to go out and get some in the middle
And you'll
of the
be
show.
left alone in the theatre
with
for like
the black
40
man
minutes.
doing his moves as he hangs from the ribbon. I think his name's Stefan.
I feel like we've done a really good job of keeping things Masterchef focused. Hashtag professionalism.
The black man was on Masterchef UK.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is it Ainsley Harriott? Is that his name?
Was he ever on Masterchef?
The black cook.
Ainsley
The one.
Harriott. The Masterchef UK is very muted. I'm not even sure
It's
it has like
it's in black and white.
guest cooks.
Oh, okay.
It's like they have a kitchen, lovely looking kitchen, but it is just a sort of a professional kitchen. They all do.
Completely silent as
They
well.
cook their meals in the kitchen, and then the judges just come into the kitchen, sort of stand by the kitchen bench, try it standing there, and then they go and sit in chairs in another room and make their judgment.
And each episode lasts for 7 hours.
There's no big hall, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Speaking as a big hall,
There's.
I do know what you mean.
You're a little hall.
Oh.
You're a small person.
Oh.
Not like, you know, you're not like Willow. But
If only.
Willow the small, not Willow from Buffy.
No,
You're
I'm
nothing.
not like Willow
You
from
are.
Buffy.
No, you are. You
I
are
am
a
attracted
bit
to
like
women.
Willow. Yeah. Are you attracted to Tara from Buffy?
Well, that's a pretend person.
Yeah, but are you attracted to it?
She's not real.
No, but you
Also,
can look
she's
at,
dead. That is gross.
Are you attracted
Spoilers.
to Amber Benson, who played Tara?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'll organise an introduction.
No, please do.
So they also had again one of these cooking for the public
Oh, well, they just had to deliver things to
challenges
Melbourne
where
office
they had
workers.
to deliver lunch to people in offices. Do you find that weird?
As a challenge, yes.
Especially given the judges end up judging anyway.
Yes,
I feel like
and
if it's going to be the public, let the public vote.
and the delivery, the actual, like the physical getting the things in the thing and delivering them to the thing, was ultimately what they were judged on, because not all the food went out for one of the
Exactly.
teams. But that's not a cooking skill.
No.
That's not a skill really related to being a
In
chef.
fact, if you become a professional chef, you're not going to have to do that at all.
Yes, exactly. If this was a show about couriers,
Yes.
then yeah, by all means.
Which it's moving more and more towards.
And
this
also,
season.
Emma used to be a bike courier and failed.
That's true. Wasn't she an Olympic cyclist?
Yes. Maybe the fact that she didn't have a bike was her downfall.
Maybe the fact, I'm saying Emma probably tried to buy a bike. The people at the bike store did not understand a word she said, and so
Because-
she couldn't buy it.
Because you can't buy a bike with an immunity pin. It's not real currency.
Yes. But as Emma says...
As I learned the hard way.
As Emma says...
Are you being mean to Emma? Because I will snap and I will kick you in the face.
Do you like Emma?
Yes.
Do you know what she's saying?
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, well.
She's
That says more about your comprehension skills than it does her communication
it's not.
skills.
She has trouble forming words.
Does she need to?
No, she just has to. As Jimmy Stewart said in Rear Window, if a girl's pretty enough, she just has to be.
There you go.
And I'll apply that to Emma.
And Jimmy Stewart was very intelligent.
He was.
Yes, as was his character in Rear Window.
Yeah, he solved a murder.
Crazy, but smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think if you remade that movie, would you have it that the murderer wasn't a murderer and Jimmy Stewart was just
That movie
insane?
has been remade.
What, with Shia LaBeouf?
No, with Christopher Reeve.
Oh, it doesn't count.
Because it was like literally the only thing he could do.
It doesn't
Was to
count.
do a remake of Rear Window.
He could have been an X-Men.
I suppose.
If X-Men had come along, he could have been
X-Men
Artie
did
in
come
Glee.
along.
No, earlier. He could have been Artie in Glee.
No.
With Christopher Reeve, he could play 15.
No. I'm not going to challenge you on that because it's clearly ridiculous. The people at home are already challenging you with their minds.
They're challenging me that Christopher Reeve could have played Artie in Glee.
Yes.
If he was alive, I'm not saying...
If he was alive and much younger.
Yeah.
And
No, I'm saying he could play it as a 50-year-old.
Okay.
The guy who plays Artie is 50, let's be honest.
He just has a weird condition.
He does, that's why... Ableist. So,
Whatever. So,
I can't
Emma's
remember what we're
team
talking about.
failed the delivery challenge, even though she used to be a courier.
Emma's team failed the delivery challenge.
But she's
and
still awesome, and you need to shut up.
I'm not saying she's not awesome.
Good,
I'm saying
good.
that she hasn't learnt to talk.
I feel like in the way that Rishi is getting through just with confidence and willpower, Emma is getting through just through like enthusiasm
And her smile.
and energy
She has
and
a
her
beautiful
smile. That is very true.
Yeah.
And
Her and Linton
Kelty,
got
I don't know,
together.
he's kind of just bumbling through like a Peter Sellers character.
Yeah.
He's like slipping on a sponge or something and then they're just like winding up in the next round.
Except that'd be a step down if Peter Sellers played Kelty.
In Hard on Kelty,
In Hard on Kelty.
starring Peter Sellers.
I feel
Jeffrey
like
Rush as Peter Sellers in Hard on Kelty.
I feel like that's more a Mark Wahlberg sort of role.
Oh, he'd be
Mark
good.
Wahlberg as Hard on Kelty. Sort of Boston accent.
Yep.
Foul-mouthed. But Mark Wahlberg in 20 years
Kelty's
when he's put on a
Not
bit of
from
weight.
Boston.
No, but Hard on Kelty is.
Okay.
Or Hard on Kelty pretends to be.
Well, this is we
Makes him
need
sound
to get
more
together and
hard.
make a Bible for this show. We'll
Me
go into
too.
more detail later.
Thank you for your showbiz jargon.
No probs.
Emma's...
That's
is-
no problems in showbiz.
But as
Sorry.
I was saying, they're moving towards this courier thing. There's been a lot of stuff like that in this series, and maybe they're actually setting us up for a transition. So the next series
Master Courier.
will be Master Courier.
Oh.
They're like,
Oh, you
easing
know
us
who'd
in.
watch that? Literally nobody.
Literally nobody. What happens? You know when they have the ratings things.
Yes. I'm
Sure.
aware of ratings as a concept.
But you know how they get them? Like it's actually a
How
very...
they get them.
It's a small number
There
of
is
people.
one person who knocks on every door in
It's a-
Australia and asks what they've been watching.
It's a small number of people who are actually determining the ratings.
That is true.
And it gets extrapolated out. Surely sometimes, none of those people watch a particular show.
It has to
Surely.
have happened. Then none of them are watching Dirty Laundry Live.
And what do? Do they then say, we'll call it 100,000 then? Because I've never seen any report that says nobody watched this show.
Did you ever get the little paper survey you had to fill out to
No.
say what you'd been watching?
But a guy tried to get us to do one for the radio, and we didn't
The
want to because
radio?
it's like,
Who listens to the radio?
it was a few years ago, but still, no one listened to the radio then either, except in the
Wireless.
car. And it's like, we have stuff to do. If it was TV, this would be an interesting thing, but it's radio, so it's boring. We don't want to do it.
Yeah, we got a TV one several times.
Yeah.
And I always got really excited as a kid. I don't know why. In hindsight, that's a very boring thing to do, to tick a box next to a TV show that you'd been watching.
You feel some power.
Yes, I felt power and I felt like I got to share with the world
Yeah.
the things that I had been enjoying.
Yeah.
Like I would make a stand.
Which-
And be like, yes, I watched The Miraculous Mullops and everybody needs to know about it.
Which you do now as an adult.
Correct.
Share with the world.
I've not grown up, is
No.
what we're saying.
No. But yeah, I got one for the radio. This guy came to the door and we said, no, we don't want to do this. We're too busy to do this. And he said, oh,
are you
well, it won't take much of your time. And we said, no, we don't want to do it. And he says, well, I'll just leave the survey here. I'll come and pick it up next week. And we're like, dude, what did we just say? And we're like, you didn't listen to us. We are going to disrespect you.
Was it Rishi? Was he just powering through? Through sheer force of will?
He was actually more like a Kelty type.
Oh.
And then he came back, knocked on the door to pick it up. We just didn't answer the door.
That's probably fair. That's for the best.
Then he called us. He's like, leaves a message saying, just wanted to get your survey. We didn't respond.
Good.
And so what I hope is that he got fired for failing to collect all his surveys, which is what he deserved. He was bad at his job. He's pushing surveys on people who refuse to do it.
About the radio as well. Who cares? Nobody cares. People on the radio don't care who listens to the radio.
I don't know. I was on the radio once and I cared.
I don't believe you.
No one
on
listened,
either
no one
point.
I was like, everyone listened to me on the radio. No one did. And I was like, you are not my friends anymore.
So what are our predictions for next week?
Our predictions for next week. Look, I think it's going to be slow-moving and tedious.
We'll have to lose a couple of people, I think, because after Dubai, when nobody got eliminated, we're probably headed for a double one.
Which was stupid.
Yes, because Linton should have been eliminated.
Come on. I love Linton. I didn't want him to be eliminated.
I know you
but
love
there's
Linton.
the integrity of the rules.
Yeah.
The game is bigger than any one person.
Rules are rules.
Yeah. Now, but as we said, we've got 7 people left.
So there's going to have to be 2 or 3 people eliminated next week.
More though, because I'm pretty sure that's the final week, and then it'll be the final.
Yeah. So Kelty probably out.
So we need to lose 5 people.
Samira probably out.
Yeah.
Who are we going to be left with? Maybe that's an easier question to answer.
Rishi is definitely going to be there. Who will be going up against Rishi? I think maybe Emma.
I hope so.
I just have a feeling.
I want to see her succeed.
That she has that ability to pull it out when the pressure's on. I don't think Kelty has that. Lucy definitely doesn't have it.
No.
Samira definitely doesn't have it. Linton, if he's very lucky.
If it's a state challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rishi and Emma
I think
for the final head to
that's
head
my
is what we're
tip, Rishi
thinking.
and
That's
Emma.
our tip. That's the hot tip from the hot seat.
But my prediction, unfortunately, for you and your girlfriend, is that
Do you mean my actual girlfriend or Emma?
Emma.
Oh.
We all know the truth. Emma is your girlfriend like Linton is mine.
Yes, that is an accurate assessment.
Unfortunately, I feel that the judges are going to have to do.
Go on.
The judges are going to have to do a lot of lying to make it seem like that is a close contest. I think Emma's going to be blown away.
They've become very good at that, though.
Yeah, they've had a lot of practice.
And there's a lot of whiz-bang editing and production tricks they use to make it seem like it's a contest.
I'd like to see them edit it like an Edgar Wright film.
That would be
Sort of
amazing.
Smash, zooms. See the oven slam.
Yeah, and people getting their utensils together like they're James Bond gathering his gadgets.
Slam back of beer. Strapping on guns.
Well, that could be a tip for them to jazz it up next season.
What I'm saying is...
What are you saying?
Take Masterchef off the air and just put on Edgar Wright films.
Constantly on a loop. The World's End's great, by the way.
I'll get Edgar Wright. It is very good. Get Edgar Wright to direct Masterchef. So we're agreed. It's going to be Rishi and Emma.
Probably.
The world...
They could throw us a curveball, but...
The world's
Seems
food
likely.
was not as multicultural as you might have liked. The world is not enough, one might
Melbourne
say.
is in the world, but so are many other places.
Yes.
They
Melbourne
could
is
have been
not
taken advantage
the
of.
world. And that's it, really. I mean, we're excited about the final week. There's going to be bloodshed.
Well, we're going to watch the final week. Excited? Don't push
I'm
it.
excited.
All
I feel like there's going to be action. There's going to be violence in that people are probably going to cut themselves, either accidentally or deliberately back at the house.
Yes. Romance.
And I'm pretty sure that at some point in the next week, Kelty is going to be eliminated. That is something to get excited about.
I agree.
And so next week on Masterchat, my special guest will be Kelty, who will be showing us his collection of antique singlets. So tune into that. Thank you very much once again, Dan. Please read Dan's Masterchef recaps at The Flack.
Theflack.com. That's the-flack.
The-flack.com. They're very funny. Read my recaps.
Thank you very much.
When they appear in The Age. Read and watch everything else that Dan and I do. And we'll see you next week for Masterchat. Happy cook food watching.
Wow.